Well, welcome. This is week 13, and it's Bristol, baby. Bristol Motor Speedway. This is going to be a fun race, and I look forward to it. Let's get in here and let's do some practice. Start with the base setup here. Let's take a look. Well, I don't feel good about any of those setups, but we'll give this a try. Go to this setup here. We'll try this for qualifying. Okay, let's take a look at our qualifying lap. This is our first lap out. Just going to be warm up. Get those tires nice and warm. Get them sticky. To get a fast lap out of here.
Green, green, green. Okay, here comes
Goal is to get the fifth gear up by here. Didn't seem like I could really get to the bottom during this. At least I didn't feel good about getting the bottom. Scraped the wall there, but it wasn't a 0x, so I was able to keep my lap. A little bit sideways there, lost some time. Just needed to get a little bit further down to the bottom, I think, in order to get some speed. I was probably driving the corner in too far, too hard, and needed to back up the corner a little bit, and I would have got some more speed. Did a little better job on that one.
There's the flag. It's over.
But not very good. So P11 as of right now.
I was sliding around,
Which isn't too bad. We'll be middle of the pack. We'll get it. It'll be not a bad place to start.
Who is outside will be Brad Young in that 78 Young Brothers Racing.
Okay, let's take a look at the start of the race. Started P11, and we're gonna see what we can do to work our way up here. Maybe a little bit dizzy camera view. It'll switch here in a second. If not, we'll make a change. But this is to get the race. You're just trying to find a hole and a space to make up some ground. Inside, really tough one to make up ground. I normally like the outside lane in this Bristol, but you got to go wherever there's not people. Just racing pretty hard, just trying to gain position. Still P11. I'm running that bottom groove. Let's get up here and get outside. See if we can make up some drop and make up some positions. Get off this there. Let's take a look at what it looks like from the cockpit. That's a good view. Hear those tires slide, but that's normal. Get a position around Ryan. Right on the bumper, like 81, Josh Hall. And I remember at the beginning of this race, I felt like I had speed, but just didn't want to push it too fast. Oh, almost got his bumper. Little tap there, but kind of back off. Plugged myself. That's one thing about this. They call this the last Coliseum for a reason. It's a constant battle. You're always racing somebody. You don't get too spread out. If you're in the back, it's pretty quick to be lapped by the leaders if you're not careful. So you do have to race pretty hard just to stay up front. Because you get a run on people. Finally get to the outside of Ryan. Stay up here. Got a couple of cars in front. Still to the outside. This track, you're busy. You're always moving your hands. Back and forth. It's all about that wheel. Like we went for quite a while without a caution, right? able to make up. I'm now a couple positions over E9. Devin, though, the 68 car there in front of me, he's the passenger saving tires. So he's not trying too hard right here. See, I can get by here. And then pretty soon he gets right back by me. So he's just really good at that. I think lap 5 was the fastest lap of my life for me. Little tap of the wall, no big deal. As long as you don't break that totally. It's really hard on that exit of the turn to not get too loose. You want to get the power down, get out of the turn. Gavin kind of just a little bit. I can just get free here. I'm kind of hitting the wall because I know Devin's on my inside. I'm trying to get in plenty of space. See how that got loose a little bit right there? Every time I'm turning right, the car's loose. So I'm having it correct. Loose is when the back end is coming around. Like we got some company, some people are catching up, and it's an issue of working the tires too hard. And see how Devin just took off. He let us wear our tires out, and he was on his way. Okay, looks like the caution is going to come out for this stage. And unfortunately fell back a little bit on that, didn't get any stage points. I'm going to finish the stage P12, and I believe at this point I may be a lap down, which is fine. Looks like I'm going to get the lucky dog, so that's going to allow me to pass the pace car, go around to the back, so that way I'm on the same lap as the leaders, and still get a pit, still going to do all that. That's going to be a really good thing to get back on the lead lap. We'll watch as I come up here and pass the pace car just as soon as we cross the line. I was really struggling with this first section or first stage with just kind of being all over the place and pretty hard on the tires. So we're gonna get in here, get a new fresh set of tires, take a breath, and see if we can get a little bit more consistent and see what we can do better this next stage. Unfortunately, this race is going to be short or a little bit different for me because I have to take a break. My daughter is teaching or reffing flag football, and I have to go pick her up. So I'm going to be gone for about 20 minutes. Unfortunately, in 20 minutes, a lot can happen. So I think I'm going to go multiple laps down. But it is what it is. At least we get some laps in and kind of compare with the field, see how we're doing, and have some fun. This track is a blast to drive. We come in here. Let's let the pit crew get to work, and let's change all four and fill it up with fuel. In Bristol, we have one pit lane, so that blue line means you can't come in. So you've got to come in just after the start-finish line or into as you enter turn one, and then you got to go all the way around to get to your pit stop. If I remember right, I do sit here a little bit, fix the damage. guess not. Looks like I'm off, and let's get to the restart. Oh, looks like we're going. Gonna move up to the high side. We'll just get in there and get comfortable. Back on the lead lap, so we're in a good spot. Going to the inside, take a position back, and now we should be in P11 as we cross the line. Looks like I'm racing. I do remember this. I was racing hard for this part of the stage just because I knew I was going to have to take a break. Might as well race hard and see if we can get up here to the front and potentially lead a lap, get some points that way. Just race hard. Because time was clicking away. I knew I was going to have to leave. Oh, looks like caution may have came out. Let's.
Travis Burton right on the heels and bumper of Sharn Hill. Charles Balance just posted his fastest sector for that first lap.
Whoa. Looks like he just got loose.
Travis Burton also fastest lap for him this go around.
And someone got into the bumper of him. Oh,
Ooh,
he just
loses it coming out of turn 4. And there's our caution.
Here we go. For the restart. See if we can get some positions. Started at restart P12. Oh, got in the back of 51, looks like. Move him up out of the way. Eddie Moore's up in front of me. He was just kind of leading the way. He was a lap or 2 down. They were able to follow him and make up some positions. Now in P11. Trey Spears, number 3, was also a lap down at this point. Just trying to stick with Eddie and work our way up through the field. Definitely feel more comfortable up here on this high lane. P9. P8. Work on 84. Let's see if we can get P7. Go. And you can hear in the background there's some tire scrubs. I think the caution is going to come out. Caution comes out. Moved up quite a bit. Positions here. There were some people that had stayed out in the previous caution and they pitted, which moved me up. So I'm running in P5. Great place to be, making a lot of progress. Kind of run that middle lane, that middle where these guys are going to go. Teammate Charles is catching me. Can't quite get around this 27 car. Which actually I think is the 7 car in the broadcast with our teammate Carlton Charles. Able to work on the outside. If I remember right, Carlton was one of those that stayed out. So we had older tires. Up to 4th position. Nose cam. trying to get around the 17. He's running the high lane as well, so I've got to take a little bit shallower entry. Like the right on the bumper. Stay high. Get a little better runoff. Inside of it. Try to lift him over. Clear down the inside. Not able to maintain speed. Speed there on the inside. Chucky was able to get around it. Kind of gives you a sense of how intense this is. Pretty hard here. Straight to the log. Spark slide. Yeah, as I mentioned before, I knew I had to go pick up my daughter from football, so I was letting people by. I'm going to have to come in the pits here and take a break and go pick up my daughter. Unfortunately, here you're going to go multiple laps down, and the broadcast mentions a little bit. They didn't understand why I pulled over. That's why. We'll take a break. One thing I did learn, it was kind of interesting, if you're going to come into the pits and sit idle, I go ahead and let them change my tires and get me full of fuel, even though I'm just going to sit here for a while. So one thing you should definitely do, instead of just jumping out and leaving the car for 20 minutes, is hit the ignition. You need to turn the ignition off. Otherwise, it's going to blow up. So let's see if we can find that when that happens. Okay, temperature is climbing up to 303, and there it is. Engine blows. Obviously, I learned my lesson there. Again, if you're gonna leave it idle, hit the ignition and turn the ignition off. Okay. Now we're going to come back and let's get rolling. I was able to use my fast repair though and get my engine running. See if we can blend into and then back in. So there's no real urgency here. I'm in the back though. I'm just kind of by myself. Looks like leaders are behind me, but I was able to, since I got fresh tires, able to maintain speed, stay in front of these guys until next caution. Looks like caution comes out again. This is going to help me catch to the back of the field, and still multiple laps down, but at least I'm going to be the back of the field. Got to pit and get some fresh tires. Looks like there were some good battles up front. Again, where it's the last Coliseum, where it's always racing somebody. Last couple laps for me though, and still finished, I think, P16, which is not dead last. Someone else fell out before me, but still able to have a fun night. And at least I knew I was competitive when I was out there. To next week. Let's take a look at the points after Bristol. Even though I didn't have a very good night, and probably nothing really changed for me, just stayed in 16th place, just quite a bit behind my teammate Charles Balance, car number 41, and could have had a better night, but I knew I had a break, so it is what it is. My other teammate Carlton Charles up here in 7th place. It looks like he didn't change position either, but is up here actually battling to be in the top 8, which allows you to race for the championship. If you got to be in the top 4 for the final race at Phoenix. One more race before that next week, And so well, it was an okay night for all of us. If we come down and let's take a look at the team standings, we're actually doing pretty good. We were back in 7th for most of the season. We've jumped up to 5th place, and we are quite a bit gap between us and the next team, and then there's pretty close to let's see if I take, yeah, so we can potentially get up even closer. So we got a chance to catch Midnight Racing, and that's pretty awesome. So again, it was a fun race, and look forward to next week. I believe next week is going to be Homestead, and then we have Phoenix. So 2 races left for the season, and should be fun.